Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius's son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Are you all right?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
Were the two of you...
Felix and I? What an odd question. No, I had no intention of abusing Alexius's hospitality by seducing his son. Not that I've been proper my whole life, by any means. It wasn't like that. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, you knew things could be better.
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
Your worship, I need but a moment of your time. My Lady Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Has Dor...
No, thank you. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
Why exactly would you be
I didn't contact. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son. They've asked to arrange a meeting. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
Just what kind...
I believe they just want to... somewhere private, away from You make them nervous, I think. They don't understand why he's here with the Inquisition. They want him to come home.
I imagine you'd be
If this is what it seems, and it works out, it might be better for all concerned.
Why would...
Because they don't know you, Inquisitor. These are parents concerned about the welfare of their son. How could I not? I would speak to the young man myself, but... thus I come to you. If any good can come of this, we must try.
They don't want to...
They believe the young man would refuse. Yet, they are remorseful for whatever came before. There is deceit in bringing the young man to this meeting. But does it not lead to a greater kindness if there is potential?
Are you sure this isn't some kind of trap?
That did occur to me. What if it... Another reason to put... I pray that isn't the case. But if it is, you are far better equipped than I to respond to such treachery.
I'll see what I...
Bless you. The family will send a retainer. If he truly does not wish this, I shall pray for your success.
What did the Seeker say? Lady Cassandra feels her connections with the Navarran court wouldn't be of use, my lady. Of course she does. A pleasure.
What do the people...
We've gathered many favors among the nobility.
Any...
None in... what we have. My scouts report no signs of danger in the pass nearby.
I will arrange patrols to ensure it stays that way.
Inquisitor? At your service.
All right.
away. What can I do for you? Goodbye.
Fancy meeting you here.
Dorian.
A letter? Is it
Not quite.
from my father? I see.
A meeting.
Show me this letter. I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
This could be the Venatori. Lure us somewhere remote, then an ambush.
Perhaps. Although this does look like my father's penmanship. Or could he have joined the Venatori? No, that can't. Well, anything is possible. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. But you're correct. They don't care for my choices, nor I for theirs.
Because you wouldn't get married? Because you left?
That too.
I think you should meet with this retainer. Find out what your family wants.
I didn't ask what you thought, did I? That was unworthy, I apologize. There'd be no harm in hearing what this man of my father's has to say. If I don't like it, however, I want to leave.
That works for me.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed. We'll find out soon enough.
I can't believe my No, that would be too much. If this is some Venatori connivance,
I should...
Here I... Fancy meeting you here.
Greetings, Inquisitor. I should thank you. The way things ended in Yet you chose to make us equal partners. I was not expecting that.
You rebelled.
I knew you of old. I've been a Grey Warden, Grand and... Odd where fate takes you, as you're no doubt well aware.
You were...
Mine is... Normally one is part of the Order until death. But long ago I found... They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first Warden ever to be...
You sound...
Becoming a Warden... Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters... It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a Warden.
You mean you began the Mage Rebellion?
I pushed for our vote to free the circles of Major. Still, despite all the chaos, I would do it again.
You're not still...
Any claim I had to the title ended. Perhaps the circles will one day be resurrected. Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default.
You believe they'll...
It depends on who the next... We can't go back to the way things were. That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another...
I've been meaning to ask. How exactly did...
Mages constantly found their way to us while we were... I had no way of... They spread whispers, encourage... I'm not proud of our choice. But we were certain Templars were coming.
I trust...
We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers...
I'll leave...
I heard of your verdict. Research on your behalf is almost too kind. I hope you know what you're doing. Do be wary of...
I trust...
There have been a few scuffles with your Templars. Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I trust...
We're mostly relieved. Greetings again, Inquisitor. There have been a few scuffles with your Templars. Greetings again, Inquisitor. There have been a few scuffles.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You're taking over...
Yes. A death provided the vacancy. My skills will ensure that you do not miss her ability.
How can you
I am to aid in the research of...
What makes you...
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
You were made...
Yes, I am tranquil. I remember that being a difficult time.
What is...
Adequate. Based on a partial improvement. Yes. Inquisitor.
What is your...
Adequate. Based...
I'm sorry.
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this. I wasn't going to bring it up, but... Why didn't you see that attack coming?
I didn't know what I was looking for. The Red Templars are like nothing I've seen, and the Venatori hide their tracks well. I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents, and instead we lost Haven.
More likely, they would have stayed out there, died, and we would have lost Haven anyway.
You don't know that. Their lives could have bought Haven a small chance. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
True. They're our soldiers. They'll do what we need them to.
If Corypheus is cold,
I must be cold. Did you need something? The Divine's death hit you. Oh. She was a good friend, but thank you for asking. It seems that the Orlesian are... Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause. Our actions are under a great deal. I've agents stationed by the ruins of Haven. So far, nothing, and the breach has been quite... I've nothing to report it. Inquisitor? Did you need something? I've nothing to report at the moment.
Complete. Well, how about that?
Inquisitor, Elan, I intend to carry on the work of my esteemed colleague, Adan. He thought highly of you. He will be missed.
He didn't seem all that friendly.
A sign of his respect. Smiles are saved for fools. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. I'm here to... I am at your service.
Where did you receive...
I studied with Adan after he left the service of the King of Pharrell. Our College of Associates tends to meet informally. They are all as good as another, truth be told. My skills and contacts are better suited to more imminent need.
Are there others who...
They are helping now. They are not, shall we say...
What is your...
We are well supplied, and
I take...
It's not a useful identifier. I am an elf. I was... Perhaps that wasn't... I have skill enough to be evaluated by what I can do.
As you were.
Of course. Your worship?
What is your...
We are well supplied.
Thanks for my life in Haven. Inquisitor.
Inquisitor. The Maker has put you on a difficult path.
I remember our talk out there before we found Skyhold.
The Inquisitor could... We are too political. But I did not make you stand against Only you could be the Inquisitor. I only pray the power of the Inquisition is enough.
I'll do my best.
You earn. The Maker has chosen. You have the faith and... Now, was there anything else?
Can you tell me?
I know nothing of the man personally. No matter their power, their triumphs, the Mage Lord. Then a voice whispered within the... You are the lords of the earth. Go forth to claim the empty throne of...
That was one of the old...
Yes. All their power and all their vanity they turned against the veil, until at last...
That sounds like what...
Very similar, Inquisitor. Up beneath their feet. But when they took a single... Shaking the very foundations of heaven and...
Corypheus said he...
The chant of light. And so is the Golden City. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought...
Corypheus seemed so certain that he had...
Bitterness, perhaps? Violently were they cast down, bearing the mark of their crime.
Walking bodily in the realm of... Could it be related...
I cannot say. Perhaps it was always taught that the mark... Bodies so maimed, and that is all I know of your adversary, Inquisitor.
Some of the chant of light describes what we've seen and what Corypheus...
The chant of light is the work of mankind. Listeners may have misheard one of And how many verses were stricken or... Still. I would... Herald of Andraste.
Can you...
What would you like to know? You saved many.
but still lives were lost. For all that, though, more people... Your Inquisition is growing.
Another completed work.
Lots of standards. That'll guide the dragon right in.
By the time it's across the growing legions, that roaring pincushion will be ripe for swords.
That easy?
Never said it'd be easy, but we win, so it won't come.
So, Inquisitor. It is Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Droste, what did I step in?
I've apparently been through a lot. But yes, Corypheus was a surprise.
No, a surprise would be, oh, I stepped in dog shite. No one's... Impossible things aren't surprises.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh, wait, too late, right? A Magister who... It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a book, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too much, isn't it? How pretty are you that I actually think this shite is possible?
You joined to help the little people caught up...
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Corypheus believe in those. Good enough? Please be good enough.
I like to hear this. The pretty part, not the overwhelmed by everything part.
Oh, sure. Don't mind the bung through the heavens, love. Primp and toss and all is well. What I want is to get everything back to business as usual. A nice simple system with simple problems. Helps me, helps people, helps you. In that order. For now.
I'm hoping you'll stick around. Never know what might interest you.
Sometimes you do know, Lady Herald. Your wish is something.
So you like to have fun? The Inquisition?
I like 'em tall, apparently. And to help people.
It's starting to sound like you're...
It is. Mostly.
See what?
I don't know. I've got all this chat, but it's fuzzy. So I'm selfish. It's all for me. Count yourself lucky, I guess.
I was thinking you and I...
You've got a pretty way about you. We can see... I'd say you're getting there. And I am a good judge of people. I don't date pricks. Look, you're nice. Let's travel around. Oh, gracious lady bit.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat. Praying's nice, I suppose.
Corypheus.
Griffin.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
What do you...
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
Anything?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
Thoughts about...
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand...
What do you think?
Liliana is pretty in places. Now, Josephine, she... And Cullen. I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow it. Hey, it's you again.
I was thinking...
Look, you're nice.
With allies come enemies, and now we have a place to hold them.
Your worship, the cells are ready for the enemies to take position. No one to watch over, your worship. We either have many friends, or you've made short work of enemies. No one to watch over, your worship. We either have many friends, or you...
Your wish is something, something.
How do you know they won't attack here?
Darkspawn don't think. They flow. They burst through stone cut with their bloody hands, and they never stop. That Corypheus, he's got the face. He's got the corruption. But he's no Darkspawn. He's a thinker. He ain't interested in a fair fight. So if we build it right, he's not coming.
You know, I believe you.
Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
The previous quartermaster...
She... had... I believe it was felt that your quartermaster should be more... She continues to serve, just not at the fore.
What makes you ideal?
My family has ties to...
And your qualification?
My family holds treaty.
And you...
To be honest, I am the nexus of a... But I will rise to the occasion.
How's it?
Our capacity increases, as do our... It was... exhilarating.
As you...
We are... Inquisitor.
How's it going?
Our capacity increased. It was... Nothing? Unfortunate.
Have you met this friend?
Not yet, no.
It had better not be who I think it is. I will wring that little bastard's neck.
Why?
Someone the Inquisition. I'll reserve judgment until I know for certain. No need to have that rogue screaming.
I have...
Why am I not surprised?
Tell...
I'd rather not.
I'll let...
Something is troubling. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming... No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly...
I will mark these in... And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Do you...
Treat... It's possible he could be what he seems. What if he is not? At best, his presence makes the Inquisition appear to have...
Do you...
Watch the treasure...
You think she's...
Possibly not, but I would hardly put it...
Do you...
It's good that you recruited in... She is ambitious, but has always shown sense in her dealings with the Chantry. My advice would be to watch her, but heed her when she speaks. That one...
Do you...
We must keep an eye on the College of Clerics.
Do you...
We must guard Skyhold carefully.
Do you...
Nothing that you could not think of yourself.
Do you...
We must root out the Red Templars. They for...
Do you...
You know what you need to do.
Do you...
Watch the new recruits.
Do you...
Watch the new recruits. As you will. What is it?
Do you have any...
Nothing I can think of.
That's...
As you...
Inquisitor, huh? Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What did you want?
Here.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. She doesn't talk much.
It's a pleasure.
Hey, Grim. Do I know you from somewhere?
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori, or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Sounds like the Inquisitor is doing some good work.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't sing the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink. I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
You made it sound like you didn't like the Inquisition.
People don't always tell the truth when you're polite. You've got to poke them a bit.
But those two soldiers might think you're an asshole.
So?
It was good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that, no matter what comes next.
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
Shouldn't you be out there?
In a bit. We're in Scott. Not me, though. In dispatch.
So...
Me? When the Inquisition came through, then I signed on.
What's...
Seeker Cassandra came through. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
What's...
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket. She's so lovely.
What?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about cop...
What's been...
Madame de Fer said hello to me. Yeah, that's...
What's...
Dorian's awfully pretty, isn't it?
What's...
Not much. Usual.
What's been...
They've done a lot with this place.
What's...
Not much. Usual.
What?
Not much. Usual. Hey.
What's...
Not much. Usual.
Enchanters, the time is your son.
Inquisitor.
And you are?
The bartender. Cabin?
Just the bar.
You were expecting...
I was expecting...
It's not a hereditary profession. I don't understand the type, but that's our business. So...
What's the current...
Spirited enlightenment. Oh,
Where did you study?
in bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix up... I suppose I trained at home. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe.
You're a bit of a...
And if I could fight, I'd be just like the 100. Besides, if you know a safer place...
What's...
7 people want your minstrel dead. They'd settle for smashing her loot.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Spirited enlightenment.
What?
Heard someone spitting your name. We're to... Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Scorn.
What's...
Your arcanist has peculiar taste and a long memory. Don't let the giggling fool... Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Thick with 3 of the 4 humors.
What's...
Someone requested a dragon flagon. I threw him out. Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Sprightly.
What...
Well, they once wore, now togs, now fashionable hats. Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Turgid.
What...
Quiet. Too quiet. Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Scorn.
What...
The admirals of the Felicissima Armada are disappointed the Inquisition is... Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Willful.
What's...
There's a vigil for the dead later. I'll be closed. Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Turgid.
What...
They have heeded the call to power and are ready to raise arms at Chateau. Inquisitor.
What's the current...
Unlikely.
What's...
Quiet. Too quiet. Inquisitor.
What's the word...
Quiet. Too quiet.
Inquisitor. We're happy to be here, Your Worship. You need anything, let me know.
Can you...
I suspect Haven might be worth sending the boy. We could even pick up any stragglers who haven't found...
Will...
Inquisitor?
Can you think of it?
Nothing jumps out at me.
What can I do for you? Hey, boss. Hey, boss.
Inquisitor.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Oh, Inquisitor. I saw some bandits. I hope I can help.
I'll keep an eye out.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
If I thought like that, I'd never get anything done.
How do you put it out of your head?
I go out into the wilderness and find something that wants to kill me. That usually clears my mind.
It always worked for me. And speaking of things that want to kill you...
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
You're giving me maybes. I need proof.
Then let's get you some. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I'll take any lead I can get at the moment.
Good. I'll do whatever I can to help. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. Inquisitor.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thought. And I didn't just think I killed him. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter.
Where did you go?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted monk. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
Varric said you were the champion of Kirkwall.
What happened at Kirkwall? Fearful of blood magic and abominations, the Templars brutally, and in their desperation to survive, the mages of the Circle turned. Finally, a rebel mage named Anders destroyed Kirkwall's Chantry. And everything came.
I heard that Anders...
I don't know if they're... He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him.
I heard you had family and friends...
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother Ab... My uncle Gamlen's still in Kirkwall. But everyone else I used to know... They've pretty...
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition.
Only good things, I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general.
We'll talk.
I'll meet you. Let me know if you have any other questions. Right. We should get to Crestwood as soon as possible.
lookouts have never had better. Perhaps Master Dennett will join us now. A space like this needs an expert.
Lady Inquisitor, I trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you... As Master of the Tradesmen, I stand ready to supply your every need.
How are you doing?
Building. Always building.
Who?
A following or... a guild of sorts. Our purpose in the Inquisition is legitimate and honorable. You will have...
What do you...
What you need, and more. Well, there is no doubt the boutiques of Valroyo display the grandest of the grand. At least. Not yet.
Segret survived.
About? Doing good work for you and yours? It was time arrangements were made. I shall make every effort.
What?
It is better... I am at your service.
Sky...
Free the trade routes of obstruction. Restore security.
I don't need you, sister.
You're carrying a heavy burden for one so young.
I'll carry it back to Crestwood and kill those bandits. That's what Father would have wanted.
He'd want you to live a good life.
He's dead. You didn't know him.
The order was sent?
Yes, Commander.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Very good. I'll need an... Now! We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
Is everything all...
If Corypheus strikes again, work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotation. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
How many were...
Most of our people... Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor. I was brought on to oversee the Inquisition's forces. We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I will do everything I can to ensure the security... Yes?
Is there anything...
Repairs to Skyhold's fortifications. We are fortunate Solus knew of this place.
Is...
I'd gotten used to Mage. Vivienne's views on Templars are... surprised...
Is there anything I should know?
Sarah brought me a piece of cake.
Why are you telling...
Because it was either an act of kindness or a trap.
Is there...
I believe Dagna has settled in well.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm concerned she'll cheerfully blow up Skyhold.
Is there...
Not at present.
What...
Who do you mean? We have little in common. But I enjoy working with her. The Inquisition. I may not... Cassandra may have...
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our soldiers are well disciplined and committed to the cause. Templars and mages are not used to seeing each other as allies. But they are working...
I should...
Yes?
Is there...
Not at present.
What...
Who do you mean? I may not always... Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Liliana...
Are you...
Our soldiers are well... Templars and mages are not used to seeing each other as allies, but they are working together...
This thing is not a stray puppy you can make into a pet. It has no business being here.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
He can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
Cole warned us about Corypheus at Haven. He saved a lot of lives.
And what will its help cost? How many lives will this demon later claim?
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solas. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But you claim Cole looks like a young man. Is it possession?
No. He has possessed nothing, and no... Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
In my studies, demons either possessed something from this world or were summoned and bound. They almost never look like something you...
Normally you'd be correct, but Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons would... But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years. He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man.
I should hear what Where is he now?
If none of us remember him, he could be anywhere.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine, but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
Glad to see you're settling in, Cole. Here I was worried you'd have trouble making friends.
Every breath slower. Like lying in a warm bath. Sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain. Scraping. Thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes? I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything. I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt. The helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
You say he won't die for hours yet, but you can't know that for certain.
His body is failing.
He could recover, or the healers could find another way to help him.
How do you know?
I don't, and neither do you. That's part of life.
Try. I want to stay.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
Do we have many?
Fewer by the day. As for the rest, I try to make the passing painless.
I haven't...
The commander brought me... I've been helping the... We need all the help we can get.
You aren't a mage.
Magic can't cure everything. Science, your worship. Good health isn't magic, it's diet.
As you...
Your worship. Somewhat off color today. Might I bleed you? Try not to touch the leaf. A word to the wise. When... excuse the smells in the infirmary. Literally. Your worship. Good day, your worship. Your worship.
You... I do not miss the... I do not...
Did you need something?
Is there anything I...
Not at present.
That...
Hold and declare, Inquisitor.
What do you mean?
I ask your intent. I was summoned to over... I am your commander in this matter. Commander Helene.
This isn't a formal position. Why treat...
Because that is what it requires. I teach the skills of the Knight-Enchanter. It is a rank. It is a life. Understanding its hierarchy is... You already know this. You were not made Inquisitor, and I will teach you how to rise to your place. How to how to command the ranks while standing beside them. Are you ready?
Commander is a title I associate...
Knight-Enchanter has roots in Elven tradition, but there are no borders for the mage who wields a spectral blade. There is respect, and there is fear.
Who granted your rank?
I cannot say.
Then how do I...
You know because I have told you, and I will teach you the same authority.
Tell me why.
I cannot. Only you... Do you have the mettle to raise a blade in grand melee? To have your presence make... This is a path for leaders. You...
I'm ready to...
Then we will begin the simple steps, recruit. You have a task. A simple... Soon you will lead from the front. Recruit, I await the completion of the first of your orders. Only then can you learn to command. You have your instruction, Recruit. Recruit, I await the completion of the first of your...
I'm ready.
You have your
Hello? Yes, hello.
Yes?
I am your trainer.
You said that.
Good, because it has been a long journey. The cause is... I am your trainer.
You seem a little...
It's nothing. I'm just a little fatigued. I was charged with studying the breach and the subsequent rifts. I was enthralled. So were the 19 others, I presume. They're dead. Rift Mage Inquisitor. The forces are incredible. I know how not to die, and I can teach it. It's incredible.
The rifts were triggered by the breach. There's all...
A school? No. Yes. Sort of. It changed some rules, modified them. Others will try, their results will vary. Because your trainer has already taken the risk. The price has been paid.
Who charged you with studying magic from the rifts?
The Mages Collective. I did not just say that. Yes, we are nimble, we could move quick. Their lives made it stable and safe.
You didn't mean...
I am your...
That is...
It is what I am. I try very hard to remember. Understand, Inquisitor, that I have learnt it all very quickly, so you do not have to.
Tell me what...
You are the...
And?
You deserve power that casts your enemies aside with the abandon of a creator. That is the promise. Who better than you?
Very well.
It goes places you have been, and some you have not. That is necessary. Follow the instruction, and you will know the way. You're... After all. Hello? Yes? I am... I know how not to die, and I can teach it. You have already received the instruction. Hello? Yes? I know how not to die. And
Very...
You have...
Inquisitor, I heard a tapping.
And you are?
Speaker Vios Anaxas. I have come from Navarra as a voice for the dead. Welcome them, and they will serve your cause.
You'd better...
Of course. I am of the Mortalitazi. We tend to... And when the living are threatened, we give the bodies of the... Necromancy, Inquisitor. The dead will serve for you.
What is a Mortalitazi?
We are the caretakers of the Grand Necropolis for the treasured relative But when enemies threaten the living, we turn death into a weapon of war.
You're saying you c-
Of course not. The souls of our
Then what is it that you do?
in the Grand Necropolis, we would usher... Every battlefield has... We do not manipulate the living. We make...
You're a mage who manipulates life.
Blood magic consumes life. We honor life by venerating the dead in combat. Perhaps only for a... more than opposing you, not...
Tell me why.
It is not for everyone. Yet we all... To stop a death is wasteful. Death...
People will...
Don't you want to terrify? Fear means there are fewer to fight next time. If that is your concern.
I'm ready.
Then your journey begins as other... There is instruction and we shall see. I await your return, Inquisitor. As to... Necromancy, Inquisitor. The dead...
I'm...
You have your instruction. The dead have time.
Did you need something?
Inquisitor.
It was a mistake to use Haven as a base of operations. The town was completely indefensible.
I didn't choose Haven. Cassandra and Leliana did.
Accepting a bad choice blindly is hardly a virtue, darling. You left yourself vulnerable to attack. It was a miscalculation, one that I'm sure you won't repeat. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
I'm not in need of guidance, Vivian.
Good. Stay on your guard. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. You can become the leader the faithful require, but you must do it soon.
Where'd you learn to hammer?
Where's my other hand?
Handle the merchandise with care.
He spent his life in the circle. Perhaps a tailored coat from Valrayo? He can't wear armor all the time.
He will appreciate the gesture, Lady Ambassador.
That's a polite way of saying he wouldn't like it, isn't it?
Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
What is it? I must explain something first about the Montillier's fortunes.
I remember you said your family had been forbidden from trading in Orlais.
It's devastated our finances. The Montillier's have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
This better not be about lending you money.
What?
No, certainly not. I promise you. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It's just... It is... I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Most people worry about their next meal, never mind an estate.
I'm not blind. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montiliers as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Who hates the Montiliers enough to do that?
Leliana bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims to know who killed my messengers. He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
I hope the Comte isn't making up information just to be seen with me.
I will take full responsibility. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family. It's good to see you.
What do the...
We've gathered many favors, and none in particular. It's good to see you. We've gathered... Who did you mean? Who? How strange. I'm sure we...
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
I expected you to tell the truth! I told you what was at stake!
So I just hand him over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise. Look at her. She's finally lost it.
This would be funny if it wasn't also kind of sad.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy...
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
That's unworthy of you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been a... You people have...
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand... But I didn't, did I? I did... I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him and you'd tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I don't deserve to be here.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk, but he did. You're not what I pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing. What is it?
Do you have it?
Tell that demon. What does it... He may not mean harm. Spirits are not creatures to take at face value.
Do you...
You know what you need to do. Why am I not surprised?
Tell...
I'd rather not. Surely you have better things to do.
Do you have an...
Watch the new recruits. Liliana says spies.
Do you...
You know what you need to do. What is it?
That's enough for now.
As you wish. Surely you have better things to do.
That's...
As you...
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere. The plums were right in front of me, but I can't quite recall who took them.
Are you sure?
Maker, I hope it's not me.
I feel sun through the ashes in the sky. Where's the one?
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure enough. Into the night.
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing, really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
I won't agree to anything.
Smart of you. I wouldn't dream of waiting. It's a Red Jenny thing. They're getting little people beat up, so I need...
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Where's this?
Not a Jenny. I don't usually hear about things. Bigger ears, I guess. Shut up.
Who's asked?
I'm asking, because I heard... It's like a polite war. Stuff like this is always happening.
What does the
Nobles think everyone is out to get them. So when your helmets march through, both sides will think... Both get scared, both make deals. Can't promise anything, but something will happen. Just like always.
All right.
It's fun, right? Being Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
What?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
What about...
I'm not saying nothing about that. That thing is just wrong. Your wish is something.
I would...
Look, you're nice.
Sarah was never an agreeable girl. Her tongue tells tales of rebellion.
Did you say so?
Roderick was sorry before he died.
Sarah was never quite the quietest girl. Her attacks are
Did he tell you?
Blood everywhere. The Herald stands against it, and voices in the chantry. Years since I'd sung the song and felt it flowing. So long since I'd felt it. Falling, flying, faith, And he hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
I'd like to talk...
Before you, Reese was my friend. Then, Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese just wanted to help. I should have been... let him forget. There were other ways to help. I didn't know.
Strike like a dragon. Sarah was never quite the gentlest girl. Her eyes were sharp like a razor, but she knew the ways of commoner men, and she knew just how to use them.
What are you doing?
Listening. Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn. What was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes. My fault. Better. Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes. My fault.
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need me. Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt. Things I can fix.
Can you do something for her?
Yes. It's okay. Nothing you did mattered.
What? Who are you?
They lie there, and sometimes they die, just like Pierre. You can't save them.
I don't know who you are.
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute.
What are you going to do?
Make her forget me. Then do it again, the right way. You can't save all of them.
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck out to Aunt Eloise's pond. You want it to be your fault, so there's a reason and it's not so frightening. But there is no reason. Pierre just got sick. The soldier was never going to live. It wasn't your fault. Better.
So you walk into their lives, make them feel better, and they just forget you?
Yes. It's better to help and then be gone. If I stay, it can be frightening.
For you or for them?
Yes. Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it helped. That's what matters.
Majestic. How is a place like this ever lost?
Yes, sir.
A breath-caught smile from the Enchanter as the candle lights.
I'd like...
What do you want to know?
What...
It put me back in... He killed so... If I forgot, for... He didn't kill his father. He was his father. Words just back... The good ones remember. Like when I listen... They are dead, and... He teaches them to fight with a secret flaw, part of a glorious strategy.
I'd like...
I don't understand it. A dagger can be a way to let pain out. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make...
Can you explain...
Yes?
Walk me...
I start by listening. I hear... Some are intangible. I shake it loose. No pearl, no pain.
Sometimes you say things that...
They remember me. Varric is quiet inside. Soulless, bright and sad. Observes and accepts.
What do you say?
You're too bright. Like you reach across, mindful. And past that, the weight of... It must be very hard.
It must be sad.
Why?
Isn't it?
No. I see pain and make it better. He hunts the killer, but he's the one who killed her. He can't
I've heard of...
Yes. Maybe.
Someone is leaving...
Spiders need to eat.
Let's...
All right. There is no other man. He
I'll...
She knows they're going to kill her. Can only save what's important. Precious space.
I'll talk...
How do you... An old name burns inside armor that shouldn't fit.
I'll talk...
It wasn't blood in the bath. Fingers on the scalp. Intimate. And then...
I'll talk...
How do you... Stomach full of mantras. She burns like a beacon.
I'll talk...
Proper... It wasn't from a flower. He wrote it...
I'll talk...
Something like that.
He was their enemy the whole time, but she made him forget, so he...
I'll talk...
He was dead the whole time.
I'll...
How do... She spins, plucking strings, matching wits and words.
I'll talk...
Probably. It's good to spend time with you. The left hand remembers a knife slipped to her in the darkness, and wonders why. I'm glad you came to talk to me. It's made from people.
I'll talk...
I'm glad you came to talk to me. Never trust half an elf.
I'll...
Probably. I'm glad you came to talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Strangest thing. When I reached down, my dagger was gone. Just gone. Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know someone took it right off my belt, but I can't recall who.
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. They're in full redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall, until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
Where do we begin?
Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded. As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
You're being especially serious today.
I know. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But
You stopped?
when I joined the Inquisition, it's been months now.
You've never complained.
Why would I? I chose this. After what happened I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. But I would not put I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you in...
I can endure it.
Thank you for telling me.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. At your service.
You and the Red Templars leader seem...
When I arrived in Kirkwall, Samson and Knight Commander Meredith later... He was reinstated at the... Now Samson serves Corypheus as his loyal general.
Why do you...
He had a chronic lyrium. Perhaps Corypheus flattered his vanity, gave him purpose as well as lyrium. Perhaps that's all it took.
Personal history or no...
Have no fear. I don't understand how he became so powerful. Did you need something?
Is there anything...
Not at present. Did you need something?
You get a title, I get the boot. Just doing my... I'm working with you, I'm not one of them.
What? Assassins? Templars? Mages? Magisters?
No, one of them.
Sisters? Nobles? Merchants? Commission men?
Elves, you twit.
Is that it? Human.
Did you need something?
Anything I...
I've nothing to report at the moment. Inquisitor.
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I trust every...
We're mostly relieved. And a lot...
Something you need?
Can I assist you? What is it? Can I assist you? Yes, my dear. What is it?
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then... Oh, I can't recall who took them.
Cassandra's calmed down. I think you can take your hand off your crossbow.
Define calm down for me in terms of who or what she's punching right now. I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the... I know I need to... Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a darkspawn.
I'm not sure. He's definitely a He thinks he's a magister. A priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like...
We'll talk to this warden friend of Hawke's and draft a plan to...
We didn't just think he was dead. No It makes me wonder.
How did you and Hawke even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus, he actually got control of an We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven... They needed Hawke's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
Let's hope Corypheus just turns out to be really good at playing dead.
That makes two of us. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
Brutally murdered is not really the same as unleashed upon the world, Varric.
In this case. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me. Need something?
I want to know more.
I'll tell you what I can.
What could
In Kirkwall, just have it before it turned... Maybe they thought the power was worth it, or maybe they didn't know the Need something?
I want to know...
I'll tell you what I can.
I've seen...
That's a good... To tell the truth, we don't really know what that
I think...
Yeah. Need something?
Can I ask...
You want to talk about me? Need something?
What can you tell me about...
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll...
How did you...
A few years back, they were sending assassins at... It turned out to be a trap. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful Darkspawn. I don't think that... From what we saw in there, Corypheus... The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
He looks like some...
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he... But you heard him ranting. It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's...
You and Hawke...
He was... The only way... We weren't going to just leave the door to his...
All right.
No problem. Need something?
Inquisitor.
you?
Good to see you.
Any thoughts about...
You sure she done?
No offense.
And fine work she's done to it. She has an edge, though.
I'll be...
Inquisitor. Inquisitor.
We had a visitor the other day. Turned out to be a Venatori. We fed him to the monster under the floorboards. He made a delightful crunching noise. Are they all like that?
Where's my hammer?
Everything is for sale. Except the rejuvenating oils. Those are for my personal use.
Now open in Valroyo, the wares of my kin, imported from as far as the Hunter Horn.
The Inquisitor. My. Welcome.
Welcome, Inquisitor. Can't save the world under equip.
The Inquisitor. My. Welcome.
Welcome, Inquisitor. Can't...
Ah, the Inquisitor. A genuine luminary of our... Ah, the Inquisitor. A genuine
They are not. You're a liar.
God, almost to a man, corrupted or some such.
Maker, who's protecting us now?
The Inquisitor. Of course.
Maker.
Inquisitor, isn't it? A title with sudden pedigree.
Those who had been cast down, the demons who would be gods.
You're rather insolent for a servant, aren't you?
You're a mage, not my patron. I've no reason to be polite to you.
Your patron is my patron, and he tasked you to accompany me.
To report should any Templars attack you, not cater to your every whim.
You must admit that new leadership would be refreshing.
I admit nothing of the sort. Empress Celine is a fine leader.
You only say such because you've navigated her game unscathed.
What other measure would I use? That is
Monsieur.
Olay.
I suppose.
What is this now?
Watch your tongue.
Welcome. Salutations.
Inquisitor, welcome. Thanks to your investment, I have all manner of
An
runners
impressive
scouring
title,
the wake of
Inquisitor.
your adventures.
Would you spend like it?
Please, have a look. Perhaps I've secured something that you missed in your rush to save us all.
An impressive title, Inquisitor.
Please have a look.
like it?
Perhaps I've secured...
Return, and then you may leave and purchase things from shops. More.
I'll have you know.
Of course.
I am.
And at this moment, and just as deserving.
Well.
Yes. Return, and then you may leave and...
Celine offers stability.
Purchased. Purchased.
I have quite an extensive library on the history of forbidden magic.
learned to hammer. Mind your step for things, Inquisitor.